What is up, y'all? What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Justice Estelle, and I just want to let y'all know that today I have a story time for y'all. I have a story time for y'all today because I know that the people want to know what the happened to Justice. Like, literally, she was going by her life and boom, next thing I know, she in the hospital. It's the same thing that I said, but today I'm gonna tell y'all like my experience. Oh my goodness, my experience in going through this, especially during COVID, like literally it was.
Okay, y'all, I was just rambling at this point, so I decided to leave it out, and I'm just gonna let y'all know that I'm really getting to the story for real this time.
And today become an amputee because a drunk driver decided to run the stop sign and hit me. I'm talking about I got hit by a car while I was walking across the street. Not in the car. I was walking across the street, like literally. It was so insane. But I'm before I get to that, I'm gonna back up previous to the day. Just kind of give y'all, a little bit of tea. Give y'all what exactly happened to me. So basically, I was living in Houston at the time. I was going to TSU, Texas Southern. Shout out to the Tigers, period. But anyway, I was in my last semester at TSU. So the accident happened February 2019. So February 25th. So you know that's around the time that Mardi Gras and Fat Tuesday is going on. So I'm originally from Mississippi, so like we've always had Monday, Tuesday off of Mardi Gras throughout elementary, throughout middle school, high school, even when I went to college back in Mississippi, we was out for Mardi Gras. So when I moved to Texas, I'm like, what the I'm trying to hit Mardi Gras. I'm trying to hit Fat Tuesday. That's what we do down here in the South. But anyway, so it was on my bucket list. I gotta hit Bourbon on Fat Tuesday before I graduate from college. I went when I was 19. Was not the same. It was a whole different vibe being over 21. But anyway, so my homegirl, Shona, she lived in New Orleans. So I just was like, to pull up. I'm trying to come over. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it in Fat Tuesday. She's like, come on, girl. I was like, well, I got class Wednesday, so I'm gonna pull up Monday and we gonna have a good time. We're not gonna party all night Tuesday. We're gonna party during the day, and then I'm gonna hit the road and get back to class by Wednesday because I cannot miss organic chem 2. I was not trying to miss that. And I had Dr. South. No. But anyway, so I was really pulling up for a short time. Me and my best friend, we were supposed to go that weekend. But I'm like, this is my last chance. This is my last semester of college. I need to get this in. I have to go. So, shit. Anybody know me? No, I'm pulling up in the red Honda. So, through 6.5, well, no, it's not 6.5. It's probably like 5 hours. I think New Orleans is like 5 hours from Houston. So, I hit the slab. I pulled the Monday night. And when I got there Monday night, we was going to hit the town Monday night, but my homegirl, she was in her last semester of college too, so we was on our real, college girl. We did all our homework. We made sure all of that done. So when Tuesday came, the whole day, we could wake up and we could be turned. So that's exactly what we did. We did homework Monday night. We was chilling. Everything was cool. Tuesday, I think we was out the door by like 11. 10. We was already drinking, turned up. We had a good time. I was like, we not finna drink that much because I'm trying to hit the road and I'm not trying to get too, too lit, but I'm trying to have a good time. I'm really just here for the vibes. So, me and my homegirl, we went to like parades. We was on this, we was on Canal, we was on Bourbon, we was over here. We was taking pictures with people, we was vlogging. I was actually about to start my YouTube. I think we was vlogging that day, but we was having a good time. I did get a little litty, but I didn't get too litty. I got a little litty, but all I know is that we went from having a good ass time. So this was Tuesday. This is Sunday. I wake up in the hospital. I remember that. I remember opening my eyes and I was like, what the f? I said, okay, this looks like a hospital. And then once I opened my eyes and I realized it, the next thing I realized is how much pain I was in. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck done happened? So then I look over, it's a white nurse right there, and I'm like, okay, the first thing I done seen is a white lady. What the going on? So she's like, hey, we're glad you're awake. You know, I'm just gonna tell you what happened to you. I'm like, what you mean what happened to me? I was looking down. I'm like, damn, I'm really, it's over with. And then she was like, yeah, you were walking across the street and you got hit by a car. And she went down the list of shit that was wrong with me. She was like, yeah, your arm is broke. Your spine broke. We have to fix your spine. Your pelvis was fractured. We have to fix your pelvis. Your shoulder is fractured. She was like, your leg, we have to put a rod in this leg. Oh, this leg is healing. And then she was like, and she pulled back the cover. She was like, and we had to amputate your leg. And I looked down, and I swear, y'all, like, so I'm a below the knee amputee. So like, really, my amputation is like kind of like right here. But when I like everything below my knee, that hole was like this big. Like, I'm not even. That hole was bigger than this. And I just looked at that hole. And when she was, I kid you not, my first reaction when she told me that, before she even went down the list of injuries that I had, she was like, yeah, you was walking across the street, you got hit by a drunk driver. And I'm like, damn, and I'm still alive? And she was like, yeah. And then she told me about the amputation, because I guess nobody really wanted to tell me that my leg is amputated. And then she was like, yeah, we have to amputate your leg. I looked at that hole. I was like, will my leg be this swollen all the time? And she's like, no, it's just really big right now. It's just a swelling, it's gonna go down. And I'm like, I bet. That's cool with me, because I'm just really, once she told me all of this, I'm really just blown away, because like, how did all of this happen to me and I'm still here today? Y'all, that was just so crazy to me. That was just like the craziest thing that happened to me. And like, when I really started looking around the room, I also noticed that Shona was there, y'all. Shona was there by my bed every day, like literally. And she was going to Suno at the time. She was there every day, literally. Y'all, I was in the hospital, so this is in New Orleans. Keep in mind, I'm back in Texas. Like, all of my people is back in Texas, and half my family is in other states. Like, they was rushing down. So now, once I woke up and I was coherent, everybody was telling me, so I'm like, man, can y'all tell me what happened? Because today is Sunday. This happened on Tuesday. So like, what was happening? Like, it was just a lot going on. It was a lot going on. And literally, like, my aunt, oh my goodness, my aunt, she got on the plane immediately as soon as it happened. My granddad pulled up immediately. In New Orleans, I mean, we was in New Orleans, so my hometown in Mississippi is on like an hour and a half, so he pulled up immediately. My auntie got on the plane from Indianapolis. She pulled up immediately. My cousins, they pulled up from Memphis immediately. And then I didn't even know that my friends from Houston, like, I know they told me Adonis pulled up, Yaya pulled up, Ari and Jazz pulled up, Jada pulled up, Chris and Heidi pulled up. Like, all of my people pulled up on me. And I didn't even know, because they said they had to sedate me because I kept trying to get up and get out the bed. And that was so weird. Like, they was just telling me that I was on a ventilator and everything. Like, they was not going to amputate the leg. Then they ended up amputating the leg. My aunt, she's a nurse, so I'm really glad that she made the call early to go ahead and amputate. So, like, everybody pulled up during them 6 days. It was just really hard. Like, they kept having me sedated. They had me on a ventilator. Like, I really was up and down fighting for my life. That's so crazy. But, so, fast forward to, I'm already up. Like, they done told me what happened to me. Like, I personally don't remember anything. I don't remember the car. I don't remember walking across the street. I remember us leaving. My friend, she said that we was 5 minutes from the car when the accident happened. So we was almost, I know we left because it had just turned, like, either it had just turned dark or it was about to turn dark when it happened. But it wasn't, because like I said, we wasn't staying out that late. None of that. So fast forward to when I woke up and all of that. So moving forward, like, y'all, I was in the, like, I literally could only use, this was the only thing that was not messed up on my body. Like, literally, this, I couldn't use this, I couldn't use this side, I couldn't walk, I couldn't even sit up or nothing. Like, literally, the hospital bed would leave me up. Like, it was just so wild. I was in the hospital in New Orleans for like a month. And keep in mind, I did say this was February 25th, 2019. So this was like literally, this was 2 weeks before the shutdown. So literally, like, the first 2 weeks, it was cool because, like, you know, people was coming to visit me. Like, everybody was pulling up. People from back home, people from Texas. Like, everybody was pulling up on me to come see me, bringing my food. Like I said, Shauna was there every night, especially Monday through Friday or like Sunday through Thursday when she was like going to school and she was in the city. She was there every day. She was bringing me food. She was helping me eat. She even came one time brought me some crawfish and she peeled it for me because she a real one. She a real one. But everybody was pulling up, showing love, like literally everybody. I was like, oh my goodness. And then next thing I know, it's the shutdown. I'm talking about they shut everything down. Like, and I think the hospitals was the first one to be like super, super intense about the COVID. And when I say I couldn't have nobody in that hole, and keep in mind, I'm like, I ain't just like break a leg or something. Like, my whole body is broke. So I'm like, damn, like, I need people. Like, the nurses is taking care of COVID patients. Like, it's a lot going on. I'm just like, damn. I was just up in that hole in a lot of pain. I was just up in that hole staring like, Lord, please let me make it out this hospital. And then, like, it was so scary because, like, while I was in the hospital, they actually moved me to the other side of the trauma unit because they was like, yeah, we're going to put you back here because we got a lot of COVID patients coming in. We need to take care of them, so we don't want you to be around it. Literally, y'all, like, one of the nurses was like, yeah, the whole trauma unit is filled with nothing but COVID patients, and it's only three patients in the trauma that don't have COVID, and you're one of them. I'm like, Lord. I'm like, Lord. I just knew I was going to catch the COVID. Like, I was super scared. I'm like, my body is broken. I'm about to catch the COVID. I can't have nobody come see me. I'm up in this hole just high off morphine and watching Family Feud every night. Literally, that's all I did the entire time. Like, after, like, I think, like, after 3 weeks, like, I damn near had stopped eating. I was not eating. The hospital food was trash. Couldn't nobody bring me no food or nothing. Like, it was the worst experience. But shout out to my nurses. Shout out to the nurses that was there for your girl. I'm telling y'all. I was in that, the physical therapy was coming in, so by the end of, so this was probably like the end of March, I was begging my auntie to come get me. Like, I was begging, and I really lied to her. I was like, yeah, I'm good, I can come, you can come get me, yeah, you can come. But I literally was like begging them folks to get me out of here, y'all. I could barely sit up. I could barely sit up on my own, and I was trying to get the out of there. I did not care. So my aunt, she drove all the way down to New Orleans, and she drove me all the way back to Indianapolis, y'all. That was the longest ride of my life. And then when I got up here, my aunt, she was like, no, you lied to me. You didn't even tell me that all of this wrong with you, and you made it seem like you was okay. You barely can sit up. You need way more help than what you got. She was like, you going back to the hospital. I said, oh my God. I said, that's fine. That's fine. So she let me stay at the house probably for like 5 days because my this was like the first time I seen my family since they had initially came down to New Orleans. when the accident happened. So I was like really excited to see them. So she was like, I'm gonna let you, you know, visit with your people, all of that. But as soon as they leave, you going back to the hospital. And she was not lying. I was like, are you gonna take me to the hospital? She was like, no, I'm calling the ambulance. They gonna come get you. She was like, they gonna come get you. And I'm like, okay, auntie, that's fine. They can come get me, whatever, that's cool. So I'm in the hospital up here, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm in the hospital up here. At least I'm close by my family. I'm not just in New Orleans with Shona, and that's cool. I could just, you know, if I need something, they could pull up. So the hospital I ended up being there, I had to have another surgery when I got there because one of the incisions in my back had came open and it was like starting to set up infection. I'm like, dang, if I would have got an infection in my spine, that would have been it. I pull up, so I get to the hospital. That's like not that far from the house. It's probably like 10 minutes from the house. This hospital is nice as it was 10 times better than the one in New Orleans. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was 10 times better, and people couldn't come visit you, but people could come bring you food. So I think I was at that hospital for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, also like, y'all gonna let me go home? They was like, no, you're not going home. They said you can't go back home. They said if you want any chance at getting over this and surviving, they was like, we finna send y'all to a rehab hospital. I said, a rehab hospital? Yo, I was at the rehab hospital for 6 weeks. I didn't know I was gonna be in that hole that long. But literally, I never went home. So when I left home, I didn't come back home till like 2 months later. So while we in the, as I get transferred to the rehab hospital, and apparently it's like some rehab hospital that's like really good in Indianapolis. RHI, shout out to y'all the realest. But my aunt, her co-workers or some people that she knew like from the field was like, yeah, this place is really good. Like patients have really good success stories from going here. So I went there and I check in, and like, y'all, literally, I'm not lying to y'all, when I got there, like I could move, like I could roll a little bit, but even like the nurse would have to come like pull the sheet under me, because I always had a draw sheet underneath me, so she would have to turn the sheet so I could just lay on my side. Like, really, y'all, I could do nothing. Like, I barely could do when I got to that home. And but when I arrived, it probably was like a week or so before my birthday. So I'm like, damn, like I thought I was gonna be home by my birthday. Like, I'm finna be, if it's over my birthday, I can't have no visitors, can't nobody bring me nothing to eat, none of that. Y'all, when I say that the therapists, they got together, they made me a card, and then the nurses, they got together, they brought me a cake for my birthday. They did all of that for me. So I celebrated my 25th birthday in the hospital, and really, like, I was kind of bummed out because I really wanted to be out for my birthday, or at least have somebody come visit me. But the nurses and the therapists, they really made it good, and I was just really happy to be alive. I really was just happy to be celebrating my 21st birthday, my 25th birthday, because a girl almost did not make it. But anyway, so over the course of time, like, I'm doing really intense physical therapy. Like, yeah, they had me going to therapy every day, Monday through Friday. I had 2 hours of therapy and an hour and a half of occupational therapy. Like, I was in that whole working. I just sit and I think, like, now that I'm just sitting here thinking about it, like, damn, like, I really made it through that shit. I was gonna make it because I was in there holding it down. I was not eating. The food was trash. I lost so much weight. I got skinny as but your girl was walking on one leg by the time I left that bitch. I was like, By the time I came back to the house, I was able to walk around on my walker. I was able to transfer in and out the bed in my wheelchair. I was able to hit the stairs, but I had to hit the stairs like sitting on the stairs and pushing myself up. Like, I was able to do all of that. And then my aunt, she had to help me like with my bath and stuff, but it's really good that she's a nurse, because that really helped out a whole lot. She already knew to do like all of that, everything. She was like, here, you just need to go ahead, but I finally made it back to the house. Oh, y'all, I thought I was never going to make it back to the house. I thought I was never going to make it back to the house, because I think they said I can get out Cinco de Mayo. They was like, yeah, you're doing good. You know, the insurance is paying, like, you're okay. You can do all of that. You can do all of that. You can go home. when I say, I was like, Cinco de Mayo, I said, I'm finna go home, I'm finna have margarita, I'm finna turn up. I said, I'm finna be at the hospital. Y'all, literally like a couple days, like maybe a few days before the release date, my aunt and my uncle, they get COVID. I was like, 18, please. Uncle Tony, please. I said, COVID? They was like, we're not going to send you home. You know, if your people got COVID, we don't want you to catch it. Boo. I'm like, I'm not trying to catch this. I have not had it this whole time. I'm not trying to catch COVID. I'm not trying to catch COVID. I swear. I was like, I guess I could just thug it out while I'm in here. And really, I stayed in there for 2 extra weeks. So really, those 2 extra weeks did me so much justice, no pun intended, but it just did me so much justice to stay in there because, like I said, I was able to walk, I was able to go up the stairs, I was able to do all of that, like, and I literally learned how to go up the stairs in those last 2 weeks, like literally. So it really was really helpful that I stayed. It wasn't good that they got COVID, but it was good that I stayed. So I ended up, it's like May 20th by now, and I'm really sick because, like I told y'all, I was in my last semester. I had to medically withdraw. I was like, I was super sick in that hole. I was like, not only was I'm supposed to graduate, I'm in this hole by myself. It was just a mess. It's June 2021. 2020, I spent the whole 2020 in the wheelchair. I didn't even get my prosthetics about November. Like the end of October, beginning of November. So I damn near just started walking in January. Like, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I really been getting it in. I was doing the home therapy on the prosthetic, and then I've been going to, y'all, I feel like I've been doing physical therapy for a year and a half straight. But shout out to all of the health professionals. It was really intense, especially during COVID, but they really got me right. Like, I'm really just so thankful. You know, I just really wanted to do this story time because, for one, I know people have been wondering what happened to Justice. Like, all people know is that, boom, Justice was up, moving around at TSU. We doing all of this. We graduating. We turned up 2020 our year. And then, boom, in the hospital. And I really am a private person. Only the people that was reaching out to me and was really checking on me was really the people that I really was, being the most vocal with and sharing my process. Okay, y'all, I really forgot to mention when I was telling you about my experience in New Orleans in the hospital. Like, literally when they did the shutdown, like I said, Shona was my right hand man. Well, my left hand man, because I got my right hand. She was my left hand man. She literally was there the entire time. She was helping me with everything. Y'all, when I say, like, when she left and then I couldn't have nobody come visit me, like, everything was just down bad. Like, I was just so happy to be able to get up and go brush my teeth and brush my hair once I did get out the rehab hospital, because it's just the little things that you take for granted. Being able to get up and brush your teeth, I will never just think about, I don't want to get up and brush my teeth, because I just be so thankful every time I brush my teeth. Because it used to be so hard just to get up and brush my teeth, and I couldn't even get up and brush my teeth for the first 2.5 months. But not just even that, like, I couldn't brush my hair. Like, I really couldn't do, like, all the basic hygiene things. So while I was in New Orleans, like, of course I was just laid up in the bed. I wasn't getting up, moving anything, except when PT would come, like, maybe 2 times a week or something like that. So when I had got here to Indianapolis, literally my hair was matted in the back. Matted. Like, literally, my hair, I had such pretty blonde. Yes, I used to be a blonde, I know, but blondes have more fun. But that was then. This is now. I'm brunette now. This is my natural hair. And y'all, like, my hair was like down here. And my cousin, she came and she helped me untangle my hair, and she was just like, Justice, we don't, this piece in the back is not coming untangled. And I'm like, I'm like, it's not coming untangled. I was like, fuck it, cut it off. So this chunk of my hair in the back was missing. I can't make that up. And then she gave me some braids, and then having occupational therapists come in, they was having occupational therapists come in, just to make sure that I do my daily stuff, help me brush my teeth, help me change my clothes, wash my hair, like all that different type of stuff. So the occupational therapist came in. She was a sweet lady. She came in, she was like, would you want me to help you wash your hair today? Would you like to wash your hair and stuff today? And I was like, really? I want you to help me cut my hair. She was like, cut your hair? And I'm like, yeah, girl. Cut your hair? I'm like, yes, because don't you see this patch of hair missing in the back of my head? I'm not trying to do with that. So she was like, okay, I'll see if I can find some scissors. She came back like a few minutes later with some desktop scissors. I kid you not, like arts and crafts scissors. Like, oh, I'm in the office cutting some scissors, and I just was like, eek, eek, eek. And then I had like new growth at the time while I was blonde, so fuck it. I just literally cut off the blonde. I just was like, I guess I ain't blonde no more. So that was wild. It was really wild, like, cause I had really had a Britney Spears moment, and I really just cut my hair, but I came out fire with short hair, and I had never had short hair before, so it really was kind of like, I don't want to cut my hair. But look at the new growth. Just look at the new growth, because it's always fire. You notice now that you probably don't hear that loud in the back. I'm sorry about the loud fan in the other, but I wasn't about to I was not about to redo that, so y'all just gonna have to deal with the fan in the background for the story time. But I do want to say thank y'all so much for sitting and watching my video while I talk about my weird ass experience in the hospital after getting hit by a drunk driver. Guys, please don't drink and drive. Please don't drink and drive. Get a Uber, get a Lyft, call your homie, call somebody in your family. I don't know, just don't drink and drive, period. But I'm gonna leave y'all with this for today's story time, and bye.